Good morning and sliding in the afternoon. Judy Allen here, San Antonio, Texas. And yes, I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And today we're going to continue with reindeer fun. It's the last day that we're doing it. But we're also doing a class as well as a club kit this month, which will be deadlining in a few days. So if you want to take part of that, just click on the links out there and you'll get there. So today we're going to make another card. It's just an easy flap card, and it was inspired by a card that I had made for the seniors yesterday. Actually, the day before I made it, but we actually did the class yesterday. So when I size cards up to 5x7 by 5x7 for a design, right, for the seniors, because I do a memory care unit, so I size my designs up to 5x7. So there doesn't always my design doesn't always fit when I got to go cut my 8.5 by 11 paper. So what I do then is I have to trim off where I need to so I can keep my design in the center. So sometimes it gets me into some sort of funky situations, but I got inspired when I did it because the fact is I have created cards like this before and we've done them in retreats and everything and all. But today I thought was a great day to do this. So that's how I was inspired yesterday to do the flap because when I was like I said, I was creating for the other. It came out and I thought, let me do that. So let's go down the hands. I'm going to show you what we're going to do today. And I'm going to show you what we already have done, right? Because it's all about, when you get a stamp set and a die set. Let me get the extra light off there. It's all about, what else can you create, right? So I'm no different than you. That it's always about, okay, what else can I create? I've got my stamp set, and paper and all. What else can I create? So these are something that we start off with. So through the 15th, if you do an order of $35 or more, you'll get this free kit to go. Right now, I do have where you can sit there and get a mystery bag with some retired stamp set, die punch, what else? Die punch, whatever coordinates with it, right? And some 24 sheets of 6x6 paper. So that's of an order of $50 or more. But you have to also make sure to sign up because I only have so many spots on that. But it's free, right? And it comes in a mystery bag, a beautiful mystery bag. So you don't want to miss that. But you still, if you go over that, so you can't get it, if you go with the $50 in a mystery bag, then you're not going to get this unless you go like $35 more. It's $85. But anyway, it's okay. It's a little complicated and I want to keep it simple. So this is what we did last week. We did a stack and shuffle, and there's 4 cards total. And I'm going to post the 4 later so you can see. It's always a question of this or that. What do you like the most, right? And this was a simple card that we created. There's nothing wrong with simple cards because they are beautiful and they're easy to make, right? And then what we showed you is this treat box we made with the paper in the stamp set. Yes, I put peppermints in there. In fact, I might get one. Just because I know I'm going to get thirsty because I'm bringing water, right? And we put a tag on it and we decorated this with paper, right? So you have these 3 here too as well. These were all from the retreat just to give you ideas to inspire you the different things you can do, right? So that's what it's all about. What else can we do with our paper? What else can we do with our stamp set and everything that we have? So that's what we're working today, and the decision was I wanted to go with this paper here. There's a lot of beautiful paper in this kit. You've seen some of the cards I made there, and the back side of this one is like this here. So what I wanted to do today was I wanted to capture this right here, okay? It just looks like a father, even though it's an ear, almost looks like a hat. It looks like a father and a baby, right? And then we got some other ones here as well too. So I wanted to really focus on this. So when you're dealing with 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, right? You're already sort of got your dimensions, 8.5 by 11. So then it's a matter of how I'm going to cut it down. What I did is I created a flap. And the flap can go either this way or it can go this way, right? You have choices because I always like choices. I was just looking back at the back side to see if I need to trim anything off. Maybe that a smidgen. So once you do this, right there. Just a little smidge in there. Sometimes that just happens, right? We're not machines. Machines can mostly do things perfect. They have to be tuned, right? I was in the newspaper business, and just because you put stuff on the press doesn't mean it's all perfect. Okay, so we've got our flap. So we have choices. I'm going to do mine this way. And the reason is I wanted to be able to do that. What you do then is you go and measure what this distance is We already know this is 5.5, and it was just a matter of measuring what this is. I had already cut off 1.5 inches, and I can double check that. Okay, 1.25 inches. I thought I did 1.5 inches. I did 1.25 inches. That gives you enough space to still have what you want, right? From there, then I just worked on sizing it down because I know anything I'm going to do is going to usually be at least 1/4 inch less. So this is what I got when I did 1/4 inch less, and I just cut my paper so I can make sure I get the whole of this right here. You've got a lot of different things going on here, right? So you're not going to be able to cut out perfectly like that. You have to go and measure it if you wanted it perfectly in there. I didn't, so it's just a matter of capturing whatever photo or whatever picture you want and get your design from there. So that's where we started. Okay, but for me this was still dark and I wanted it a little bit lighter, so we're just going to add a little bit of white. Let me see if I got the right one, because I got two pieces, one for the inside, one for the outside. So then I'm going to start off with this right here. I'm just going to glue it down. And see, here's the back of the paper, and I'm going to actually use the back of the paper because when I cut this off from the other piece of paper, I had what I needed left to use that we're going to use on the bottom. So this is actually going to be on the front of the flap. And then we're just going to put it down on here, right here. So really and truly, when we make cards, whether it's this one or anything else, it's really getting the measurements down. It takes more time to figure out what measurements you want, right? Especially on something like this, when I knew I wanted to capture this specific image and getting the measurements to where I wanted. Because originally I was just going to put this down in the green, and it really wasn't making it pop enough. Same thing here. I could put this straight down in the green, but it really pops if you just add a strip of white. So did I know what color I was going to use to begin with? No, I just went through looking at the colors to see what I liked best. So I'm going to actually put this down here with some glue. So you can see this is just the back side of this paper here. Now, like I said, there's different paper. This one just looks to match the best. I've shown you some different papers. I guess maybe if I had wanted to, I could have put the Christmas lights behind this, but I thought it was just as easy to take this here, use the piece I was going to have left over when I was trimming this down from the other piece I had, and then I'm just going to put this here. So flap cards are easy to do. It's just deciding what kind of size flap you want, right? And if you want the flap coming from the way I've got it turned right now, or if you wanted to go from the top of the card. That's really your biggest decision, right? So my flap is this way, but I could just as easily turn a card around this way and the flap would have been like this, right? Or I could have taken it, come from here down, either or. So it's just about making which decisions and what you want. So I wanted this right here. Now on the inside, I'm going to put this as well. Again, I already knew from the measurements I've already did what this was going to be and what was left over. So I just filling in the space, right? Knowing I'm going to put a sentiment. Now we are going to do a little fussy cutting or manual cutting, whichever you want to call it. Some people think it's fussy because they may not feel that way. For me, it's just hand cutting, right? It's either or. I'm going to use my scissors any way you go, no matter what you call it. All right, so just make sure that when I close the flap, the white is underneath. All right, so I wanted to add one other thing here. I wanted to add, because I'm going to stamp on this one here, Merry Christmas. And I've already got the tags, but I'm also going to stamp in here, Christmas is better together. And that's because I already know who this card is going to. And I'm going to add this right here as soon as I find, got scissors, couple scissors here. I'm going to use this image right here. So whatever image you want, I usually try to cut as close to an edge that I can so that it doesn't ruin me for using any of the other paper. If you've ever been going to a retreat, the thing is sometimes we'll do these and there's so many images on a piece of paper that it's just a matter of how many can you get out of one page, right? So you just want to make sure that you work around whatever it is you want and sit there. So you have, if you don't want to use all of them, right, and you want to sit there and use the paper for other things, let me cut that out of my way. Then you want to sit there and not mess with the paper too much, right? It's just easier to grab from the edge if you can. Sometimes you can't, but that way you still have the rest of the paper you can use for something else. So we're just going to cut around this here, and I'm actually going to put this on the inside. So this doesn't have a lot of bling. It doesn't have a lot of stuff like I did last week, right? Last week I sat there and we put some bling on there. Had some glitter paper. We're going to use glitter paper when we do these. So we're going to do a treat box. And I don't think I put that in the comments. We're going to be doing a treat box. I have to go back and change that later. So the treat box, I'm going to use some glitter. But on this one here, I'm not. I'm just trying for a subtle. I already know, like I said, who's going to get this. And I already know who's going to get the gift box, right? So the gift box I'm making today is simple and easy. So you have choices. We have the choice of giving somebody a gift card in the gift box, or anything else you want to put in the gift box, right? But actually the person I have in mind is most probably going to get a gift card, right? When your special peeps get to become teenagers, those gift cards to some of their favorite places to eat, especially for one person, is what they like the best. All right. So all I'm going to do with this here is I'm just going to take it and I'm going to put it right in here. Okay? So you can do this, like I said, you can do this any way you want. I'm keeping it in here so it's sort of hidden, right? So when they open it up, oh, well, I might end up doing that since I put glue there, but I don't really want to. All right, let me get it right here where I originally wanted it. And let me take that with my hand. Good thing I have an eraser too, that I can actually erase. Okay. All right, so it's gonna look like this. Now we do need to put a tag on here, right? So I have this already die cut out. I die cut that out of Greetings of the Seasons dies, because this time around I wanted to keep the whole word. So last week I actually showed you how to mask and do one set of words and then do the other word. Today we're just going to do the whole thing. So I just had to go and find a tag that I could die cut or punch, right? It didn't matter, just as long as it's tag long enough that when I stamped it, that I could just get Merry Christmas. I didn't want the tag to sit there and cover the whole card or anything, but I wanted to get it enough in here. Let me go ahead and do this second one, because I'm going to have to do a second one too. I'm looking, let's see here, I'm looking for my other tag here, I think. Alright, I'm not finding it handy, so I guess I'm not going to stamp it right now. But I did want it to take away from, right, I didn't want it to take away from the image here that I set. So I'm going to put it right here, and I'm just going to do the top part with dimensionals, and all I have to do is take this edge right here. Okay, so all you do is go ahead and take from your dimensionals. I want it right here, right? So I'm just going to get this right here at the top. And I'm just going to line that edge right here. And then I'm going to do it on the same side, on the other end. So this is just easy. You can do it with scissors. I just pinch it and tear it off. Whatever, it's right, it's whatever floats your boat. And it's easiest for you, right? Because that's how we create. We know that if we can create the way we want, make it easy, and then you'll do more of it, right? So I'm just going to put this right here because I wanted to get the whole picture of the fawn and the adult there. All right, so if you're worried about this right here, it's not a problem. We actually going to put dimensionals over that, and I'm looking for, oh, here they are. Da, da, da. I was busy coloring Rudolph's nose. Alright, let's take this right here. I'm going to put one right over that there. So you don't have to worry about that at all. So if that was bothering you, concerned about that, don't worry about it. We just solved it. And then we're going to put one here. And then I'll just put one right up here. I'm trying to think where I want to put it. I really don't want to take away from them, so I'm just going to put it right here. Okay? Alright. So there we have our Merry Christmas, which I wanted, and we have this right here. And then when you open it up, we have, right here we have this. And then all we're going to do is I'm going to put stamp in here, Christmas is better together. Let me see how many scissors I had in here. I only have 2. It just seemed like I had more. Ow, something came off there. That's a little holly. So if you want to know, that's a little holly that came off there. See in the stamp set. I was looking, oh yeah, it's got the little berries in there too. So you can stamp your own holly. And I'm just going to stamp it right here. Okay. And it is. Christmas is better together. With family, friends. That's what the season's about, right? Getting together. So there's just a simple flap card, right? So we open it. And there we go. Whoop, whoop. Okay. So let me set this aside and let's look at the treat. Well, actually, this one's not going to be a treat holder. It's actually going to be a gift card holder, but it can hold treats, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, here's that tag I was looking for. Let me go ahead and stamp that. When everything's white, right? I don't know if you're like me, but when everything's white, it all looks the same, right? So when you're looking for a tag that's in the middle of white, it's just not as easy to see versus when I dump everything out. So we'll do the same thing like we did with the card. We're going to cover that hole. Or you can put ribbon through there, right? You could put ribbon. Don't want to rule out ribbon. This is another pre-gift card holder, or you can put treats in here that you can get, right? What I did is I only want to cover it. This is going to be the back. So I usually tell people, fold this on the score line so you know what you're going to deal with, right? So it's going to come right like this and like this. Now, I've left myself open to options, okay? So I've taken the same paper that I did here, because I don't know how to chew, but I like my things to coordinate, especially I'm going to give both to the same person. So they won't see the card because it'll be an envelope, but when they open it and they open this, they'll see that they both match. I'm going to start it off right down here at the bottom here. Now, all I do, I don't score the paper, the Designer Series paper. I just sort of bend it like this, just to get an idea and feel for the paper. And we are going to come right to the edge there, because we're going to put a little glitter in. We can actually go a little bit over. I left myself a little flexibility to go a little bit over if you need to. So I'm going to come and just put some glue here and here, because I am going to get that paper all the way down to there. I'm just not going to score it, but I did flex it, right? So you can actually just run your hand and bend it with your hand and get that paper to relax a little. That's all you need to do. And it's okay if it even came over the flap on the front, because of the fact I'm going to cover it with the glitter paper. Now, I did bring 2 glitter papers because originally I thought I wanted one, and then I couldn't make up my mind, so I just brought them both. Between doing lives and coming here is then just a matter of deciding which one you want. All right, so you can see here, I didn't do this all the way, but I can come and trim it, all right? So it's just easier that way versus, I had done this a couple of times, and it was like it was a smidgen off, and it's like, just go ahead and just put it out there and cut it, because we got enough things that we can fold in half and everything, right, to sit there and cut off the excess and give me a straight line. So this is how it's going to be when it bends. So that once we do the box, you're really not going to see this side part. I liked it, but after I did it, I'm thinking you really won't see it. But that's okay. Let's get the box made and we'll finish it off, and then we'll see what we want to do. These are nice and easy because all you got to do is fold and bend, right? So it's not like you can make your own box, right? But for me and the number of special peeps I have, it's like it's easier for me to go and do this. And same thing, I'm creating some boxes. Yeah, we got this too. And then I'm going to come and I'm going to go right here. Everything just sort of locks itself in like this, okay? So I'm going to come over right like this. Now this does not have, what would I say? Doesn't have Velcro or anything, right? I want to say it had some tape, but I didn't see it. I may have missed it But what I do want to do now is I'm just going to go ahead because I can, right? Just going to go ahead and do the same thing here. Yeah, so this is alive, right? So if you hear mowing and everything in the background, that is real. Everything in action. So I actually tore that just a little bit, but I wasn't too worried about it because this is going to come over like this right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this over it. Now I have choices, right? I like to always come with choices. So I could do this here, the red. You know, if you're out there, you can let me know what you like best. So I have the red, right? Originally, I was going to do the green. I just wanted to give it some sparkle, right? I just wanted to give it some sparkle. That's all. And I thought, okay, that's just a lot of green, right? It's not that the green looks bad or anything. It's just a lot of green for me, at least today. I could do the same thing tomorrow, and I'd be like, oh, that's just great. All I'm going to do is I'm going to come across here, and I'm just going to put some glue. I think I'm going to put some glue. All right, there you go. We were using glue yesterday at the senior home, and they were like, I can't get glue out. And I'm thinking, sometimes that happens to me too. Right? So, yeah. All right, I've got the glue there. Just going to put the red. Now, you could do this one of two ways, right? We could either trim it, which that was my first thought, but then I thought about who I'm giving this to. And it's, you know, a teenager boy who's going to like the fact that there's a gift card in here. But I don't know if he's going to fully appreciate the scallops. I sent him one for Halloween, and he told me it was a cool box, but I didn't use, I'm trying to think. Yeah, I didn't use things scalloped. It was just the book box, right? So I would just leave this here for the moment. It's okay because we can put Velcro down here, right here. And then I actually cut some right here that we could put back here. Now, actually, after I did this, I'm fine with that. I was just thinking, I guess because I measured it there and when thinking about it covering the whole box, because of the scallop like that, I wasn't thinking about it coming all the way down. So I may want to rethink that, okay? Because when I sat there and measured this and did this, I did it based on the scallop part. But you see when I go to close this, this is how it's going to look. And then even if I wanted to coordinate on the back side, see, this still would not be enough to cover all the whole thing. It would have to be like this, which I could do. I could also put it in the middle, or I could put it at the bottom. Actually, I might like it better at the bottom. Let me do that. So it's a matter, I may or may not go and add it to the other side. I don't know. I wasn't thinking about that when I created this. I was just thinking about the scallop, and originally I was going to cut around the scallop, but I'm thinking, okay, he might not fully appreciate having scalloped edges, especially if he opened it around some of his friends, right? You know, teenagers are. If you don't, feel free to message me and I'll tell you about teenagers. Between my own children and grandchildren, right? There's just some very commonalities no matter the generation. Okay, I'm going to leave it like that. And so if you open it up all the way, it would sort of look like this right here. Okay? All right, so we would put some Velcro there. Velcro comes in different sizes. So I have this size here, but I think that looks a little large. I'm going to use the ones I used for the other one. And you definitely need the front and back. Like this is just one side, so you need both sides of the Velcro, right? And truly, it is easier if you sit up here and you just cut off which one you're going to use. And stick one side first, and then come back and do the other side, and that way they just match up, right? So let's do that. I just need this right. So all you need is just to have it closed. I could tie ribbon, but I don't want to, right? Because I was putting my two deer right there in the middle, and I wasn't trying to take away from that. So I'm just going to put this right in the center here. So you see there's really the center point's right there. So I'm just going to put it right here. And then all I'm going to do is take the paper off this side. And then we'll come and fold it down and do it like, yeah, make sure I got it centered though, right? Yeah, okay. And see, There you go. So it's ready to put anything in there that you want to put in here. Now the only thing that we're missing is our Merry Christmas tag. And again, we have the choice to put it there or down here. I was going to put mine down here, and I'm going to put it up on dimensionals. But first, I am going to sit there and cover this here, just like I did the other one. So this one's going to be a little bit different, right? Because the other one I put on the edge. This one I'm not putting on the edge because the edge is the box. So I'm going to put it up just a little bit more. And we're just going to, let's see if a full dimensional will go behind here. Because the other one we didn't, yeah. So a full dimensional will go back here. So we're going to put 3 on here. You know, if it didn't, we would cut it in half or just do like I did a minute ago, and would sit there and just tear a strip off. Yeah. Okay. Now, it would be cool maybe to make a bow, right, out of the red and white striped thread. Didn't plan on that, but I could, right? I always have the option of coming back and doing something, adding something if I want to. But there we go. Let's at least get one up here as well, just like we did a while ago. All right. So there we go. There's a nice, just a nice, cute little box that I added some glitter to, right? And this is what it's going to look like from the sides. And then you're just going to put it there and you put a gift card. So you can see here, so it's got a gift card that you can put in here. It anchors the gift card in there. But you can see that you can put more than just a gift card in here. I can easily sit there like the peppermints I took out of the other one. Or if they like chocolate or the chocolate mints or whatever, I could put it in there. So there's definitely options when you do this. But it's all about creating, sharing, and giving, right? So here we've made just a cute little gift box or a gift card to go with our card. And that's what I like doing. I like just coordinating things, right? So there you go. So I hope you enjoyed that. This is that's the last we have of this, because next week we'll start with a different stamp set. So you just have to wait and see what that is. But we have this here to go for free class to get to go. And also, if you're interested, we do have the Reindeer Fun class. And it is also the club kit for the month of November. So either or, you have a choice. If you're interested, where we have more designs that we'll be making and available, all right? Be blessed. Be sure to go out there, create, share, and give, because that's really what it's all about. Christmas is not that far down the road. I'll be working on finishing up my Thanksgiving cards and getting them out. And then I'll work on my Christmas cards. So I still have time. It'll be a mixture, right? It'll be a mixture of real simple ones. It'll be a mixture of ones I can a little bit more, and then some that'll be a little bit more challenging as well too. So go out there, like I said, create, share, and give. And thank you for supporting us not only here, but also on YouTube and Instagram. Be blessed. Look forward to seeing you next week with Keep It Simple or Step It Up. Bye.